Hey, this is Audra The Rapper, and you're here with Dimplez Radio.
I'm really excited, and I'm like, cool. I don't know if she liked me, though. Yes, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. No, because, I was like, you and I had an interaction nearly a decade ago.
Wait, you know what?
At South by.
I don't remember the interaction, but I remember seeing your tweet about the interaction, and it had me thinking, what happened?
Look.
I don't remember it.
So I remember only because, I was throwing a show, and I don't know what happened exactly, but I was stressed. You were stressed about something else. We both kind of butted heads.
Was I on the show?
Nah.
That's probably why. No.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
But we were both stressed.
Damn,
and I was like, dang. It's beef. Because, everything in rap is beef. If you're not besties, you beefing.
Oh, man.
Right. But I was like, anyway, we're grown. We make money. We're going to have an adult conversation about life.
Yeah, it's always love. It's always love.
Exactly. Anyway, I saw your single, Bitchless.
Thank you.
I'm excited about it.
Appreciate it.
Back to making music fully.
Never stop.
Never stop. Because I know there was a time where it was affiliated with MMG, no longer affiliated with MMG, doing your own thing. What was the transition there?
I mean, everything's just been a learning process to get me to this point, as with everything. I mean, Ross was an amazing mentor at a period where I was transitioning from making music in my closet to being more visible, and he was a huge part of that visibility. So it's always love and appreciation for that. Even just my knowledge of the sound that I was striving for and just music, period.
Sure.
He was a huge part in that. A lot of people had expectations that weren't even necessarily my own expectations from that affiliation. So it's just people didn't see what they wanted. Some people did see what they wanted, and that's for them and their own expectations. But no, that was just a good transition to me defining myself as an artist.
I think a lot of people nowadays don't necessarily get that. I would call it an intro period, where it's you get the opportunity to discover who you are as a woman, as an artist, and really kind of mature to bring that into your music. Because the content you're talking about now, you couldn't talk about before.
100%.
Not that you couldn't, but it was just I don't think maybe as an artist you were expressively free enough at the time to be comfortable sharing that.
Or I just feel I was younger. I was still in college at that time, and it was just, and I'm an introspective artist anyway. If I say it in the lyrics, that means I mean it in my spirit. I've always said that. And with me growing through music, I had to take time to really fully define myself to me first and become
100%.
self-aware and self-knowledgeable of the things that mean the most to me in order to even reflect that in my music. Because I always felt I can't make music if I don't mean it. And I can't make music if I don't fully understand what I'm setting out to do through this music, So yeah.
That's real. That's really, really real. Do you feel people are still doing that now? Do you think that they're just putting out songs just to put out songs, or,
Yeah, I do. I definitely do, because we're in this era where consistency kind of defines everything, more than talent, more than image, more than anything. It's consistency. If somebody's seeing you and hearing you enough, then they're gravitating towards that. And I think sometimes there are artists who just strive for consistency versus quality.
Yeah.
And it's working for some people, and some people it's learning through. They're working through the process. You actually get to see people get better.
No, that's real.
But
it's one of those things, though, just working in music and being a fan of music, I run into this issue where it's if you deliver too much, then I don't know what to consume. So,
okay.
Example, Chris Brown put out an album, 45 tracks on the album.
Right.
I'm not listening to all 45.
Okay.
I love Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Not listening to all 45.
Yeah.
I might listen to the radio singles. In that situation where it's there's so much quantity, and I'm not saying he's lacking in quality, but there's so much, it's kind of really, really hard as a consumer to digest that. What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, 100%. Even not just coming from like one artist on one project. Like for us to go and listen to Chris's new project, which is really good in my opinion. It's like we signed up to go listen to it, but when we get online or we just listen to playlists or anything, we're being introduced to so many new people, so many new records daily, you know, and it's so easily forgotten. So that's why I think where talent does like trump consistency because
Yeah.
of who's remembered from so much being introduced to people.
What songs are you like most excited about having come out this year? Because I know they just recently announced like the Grammy noms. What
Right.
records are you excited about?
SZA's whole album,
It was fire.
it was fire. And
Super
I told her manager Punch this when I saw him recently that album specifically spoke to me as a Black woman, just like learning myself through love and just through life.
That's right.
It spoke. I don't think I've been spoken to by a woman, a female artist, that much since Lauryn Hill's Miseducation.
Really? Not even a seat at the table?
No,
Wow.
defining love, like
Okay.
so searching through love and everything. Like Solange is more about like my position,
With your Blackness.
in the room with my Blackness. So she
got
definitely
you.
spoke to me with that. But in terms of just like
Love and
self-seeking
whatnot.
and acknowledging mistakes and owning those mistakes and just like being comfortable with one's differences, like
Yeah.
SZA's album definitely spoke to me that heavily.
That's fire. That's
Yeah.
fire. Anything else?
I like Georgia Smith a lot
Really?
this year. Georgia Smith, I love Georgia Smith.
Okay.
A few others. Can't think right now.
That's real. I'm like, I was surprisingly a really, really big, I don't know, she didn't get nominated. Ella May. I think she just missed the cutoff date. for,
Mustard's
like,
artist, right? She has a project?
Yeah, she got
Okay.
a project
I
that
gotta
was
peep that.
fire. And then her, obviously, love her.
Love her. I do love her.
And then Daniel Caesar,
I
just
do.
fire.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good year for R&B.
Yeah. You
I
know
feel-
what?
What's that?
Outside of R&B, because I'm slow song shorty all day. Like I love R&B, soul music, but that fabulous Jadakiss,
Oh, fire.
fire. I was
Super
so
fire.
excited. Like I stayed up, like making sure I was doing nothing when Midnight dropped and that came out. Like I was definitely excited about that project.
No, that's real. That's super real. I'm trying to think of what else. Did you really like 444?
I loved it.
Did you?
I loved it.
It's so interesting because like I talk to people about it now and they're like, yeah, it was such a great moment, but I don't really know if I like it.
Loved it. I bought the physical.
I did buy the physical,
Yeah.
but that's because I'm a Jay fan,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
loved
just in general. That's super fire. That's so funny. But recently we've been having discussions about like being a woman in industry
Okay.
because it's very difficult. We walk in the room, you're either somebody's girlfriend, but they just don't believe that you're there to work, like as whatever you're trying to, whether you're on the marketing end, whether you're a rapper, they're just, nah, you gotta be somebody shorty to be in this room. And that's not how our lives are set up. With all this going on in Hollywood, do you think the same thing would happen in music? With like getting all the predators
Like
out?
the Harry Weinstein and
And
everything.
yeah, getting everybody out.
I've been having this conversation just amongst friends and everything. Like it happens. I'm so sure of it. I've heard stories
Yeah.
from friends and confidants that it happens.
Yeah.
But is it gonna be this wave of like disclosure and everybody? I hope so.
I hope so, but I'm really skeptical because at the end of the day, in Hollywood, that shit can fly because it affects white women. But like in hip hop, it's us. And we're not awarded the same platitudes for transparency. Do you know what I mean?
That's very true.
As soon as what's her name? And I totally butcher her name. The girl from Charmed, Roxanne Gray. She was the first person who said Weinstein.
Okay.
She was the very first person. White lady, brunette hair, right? As soon as she said it, oh my God, Weinstein is a da-da-da-da.
Right.
All these other white women come out. Moment Lupita throws her story out there, Weinstein's like, I don't know if that happened. He ain't respond to nobody else.
I didn't even know that. I wasn't even following that closely to know who said what. I know
Yeah.
the magnitude of it,
Yeah.
but I didn't know the details. That's crazy. I think it always comes down to platform.
Yeah.
I mean, race is always there, but I definitely think it's going to come down to platform because, and I was even talking to my manager. We were just having these conversations, you know, because so many people question like why it takes so long or anything. And I'm just like, the platform, people won't listen unless the platform's there.
This is
When,
true.
you know, who you're accusing holds such a high status. And I don't know, even if it's whatever, if it's like the manager at Walmart, if it's a you know, well-renowned rapper or whoever it is, I think just the truth always comes out, and it just
Definitely.
matters the platform.
Whatever's done in the dark always comes to light.
For sure.
It's just all about a matter of time. And I think probably my only apprehension with music is that the moment all of this shit comes to light, a lot of people are going to lose money. But it's going to be like simply because we're not equipped to replace the people who would be in those positions that would be accused of things.
I mean, I also think with the music culture, we tend to disregard and overlook shit if the music is that good, which
right.
which is terrible.
You right?
It's terrible.
You're 100%
It's also
right.
giving us some amazing albums post controversy.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't even tell you if it will matter,
You're right.
which is sad. But I mean, we tend to overlook like if the album dope, if the video dope.
Man, that was fire. And then you
Yeah,
forgot
you know,
what they
he
did
was accused
last
of
week.
what? He touched who? He did what?
Right.
I don't care. Right.
That's real. That's really, really real. I got a question.
Yeah.
If you owned an NFL team, would you hire Kaepernick?
Yeah.
See, I said yes, but I guess Dame Dash said no.
You know, oh, really? I didn't hear that. You know, and I had to think about it when you said it. I thought about it twice because I'm just thinking about all the good he's doing and everything he's bringing,
Yeah.
all the attention he's bringing to such a prolific cause. It's like, would that continue? But, I mean, your cause is your cause. I don't know.
You'd hire
I don't really care for the NFL anyway, so it's like
You're a basketball
I don't
person?
think I would have a team. Yeah, basketball person.
Who's your team?
Any team Kevin Durant's on.
Oh, Jesus. She's like, well, actually, girl.
Well, actually, I'm gonna just support the home team. I'm gonna just support the DMV.
It's so funny because anytime I meet an artist from the DMV, you guys remind me of Nigerians. Very proud of where you are from. And like, I feel it like with like a resounding love, like talking Chaz French, same thing. Just absolutely love the DMV.
Rep the set.
Just like, is that a pride that is like instilled in you guys when you're in an elementary school? There's just a community. Like, where does that come from?
I don't know. I just think it comes from showing love to those who show love for you. And it's like before I made it to Cali, before I ever stepped foot in New York, DMV was home. That's all I knew. So I'm always going to carry that with me. You know, that's why my love for it is so immense.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. When's the last time you went back?
I was back a month ago, and I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Oh, for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Yay. Do you guys do any fun Christmas like rituals?
No, my family's super small. I was raised by my mom and my grandma, and I'm an only child, so it's just us. We just kick it and eat good.
Okay. That's real. That's super real. So, we're at the time of year where people start reflecting on their wins and losses from the year. This year, what would have been a win for you and what would have been a loss for you?
Ooh, a win for me was I realized that shit is really deeper than rap.
Yeah.
Meaning that for me, up until this year or up until last year, everything was just rap. Not even music, not even just entertainment as a whole, but just rap. And I definitely started to focus more on entertainment. I started to focus more on like longevity of businesses and just, you know, interest and investing. So this year I invested.
Okay. Did you buy a Bitcoin?
I bought a Litecoin.
Okay. Okay.
I'm waiting for that Bitcoin to drop a little bit.
Right.
I'm definitely getting into crypto more, but even outside of that, just real estate and hiring my friends and really just looking to invest outside of just music as well and using music as the platform to grow the platform.
That's real.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the win. What was the loss?
It's A good question. That's a really good question.
Yeah, like,
Self-reflecting question. What's the loss?
what's the loss in it?
I took a couple losses.
it's
I
like
got to think about them now.
it's a lesson. Obviously, it's
Yeah,
not
for
really a
sure.
loss, but what would one be considered for you?
I think the loss, I didn't drop the project that I wanted to drop this year due to overthinking and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I set it for next year. But I don't know if that's a loss, a lesson, or just like, readjustment. I think it's a fine line between like readjusting and just like quitting on something, and I'm
Right.
just readjusting and just perfecting some shit. But to me, like I was so hell bent on getting that done and not getting that done. I'm looking at it like it's a bad thing when I really don't think it is in the end.
I don't think that's a bad thing because it's not that you just didn't drop it or aren't going to drop it. You just postponed it until you were ready.
Yeah, that's all it is. And just putting some other things in motion creatively. Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about hiring your friends. How's that?
How is it?
Yeah.
It's dope. I think it's really dope.
Because working with friends can be sometimes hectic because, you have to switch from being somebody's girl to like, look, girl, this is work.
Yeah.
Like, we can't key right now.
Yeah.
Like, how do you set those boundaries between like Audra the friend and Audra the boss?
I can't even really say it's any boundaries. I think I just surround myself with people who can compartmentalize really well in their personal lives, their work lives, and those spaces. And that's just what I'm attracted to in friendships, regardless. So when it came time to be like, yo, let's collab on this, or yo, I have this going on, I want to bring you on. It was like I saw that in them already. So it wasn't even necessarily a conversation, a sit down to have. It was just like, okay, this is what we're doing. We know how it goes.
Yeah.
And it's been working well. It's been about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty popping.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got to get your Bitcoin up so that way you can.
I gotta work to the Bitcoin.
Look,
Yeah.
it's not gonna drop that much more. It's gonna drop a little bit around the holidays because people are gonna withdraw
Yeah.
in order to like pay for presents.
Yeah. I was skeptical about it for a long time. I was like, where is it? Like, who owns it? Like, who is holding my money in escrow? Like, where is this at?
Yeah.
But I might as well. If I'm a gamble, if I'm gonna go to Vegas, I might as well,
If you,
go
that's
buy
real.
Bitcoin.
Look, if you can go to Vegas, you can buy a Bitcoin.
Gambling is gambling. Might as well get interest on it.
Right. It's so weird because we have these financial conversations simply because a lot of us come from backgrounds where we were either middle to lower class. So there are certain money talks that white people in affluent homes have that we don't necessarily have amongst ourselves. It's not
Right.
something that, like us talking about investments is not something that my
Right.
parents, I grew up having
No, I
a
get
conversation
it.
with them about.
We're focused on real money. How are we gonna have time to focus on digital money? Like, I
Right.
get it.
Like investments and whatnot. So one of the things was, like invest in cryptocurrency, get yourself a high yield savings account, buy a CD,
And IRA.
IRA, all of that, and then get you some property. That's the Bible for investing.
It's the goal.
It really is.
It's definitely the goal.
But
especially land.
That, yes,
Yeah.
owning property. But even like IP too. Intellectual property. What's more digital stuff that you can own?
Right.
Your ideas that are out there in the world that might not include your face,
Right.
but are from you. So I'm all about it.
100%.
Love these conversations because I feel like more Black people need to have them.
Right.
Because it should be normal for us too.
That's really what it is. It just comes down to sharing it. A lot of people will know it more than we even think, but when it comes down to sharing it and putting people on and spreading that wealth and that knowledge for the next generation, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. Do you think that we don't share information as a community as much as we should?
I don't know. I really can't speak on that. That's not something I've studied or really put too much thought into. I don't know, but I know I've been a part of many conversations and even looked at a lot of conversations where people are just like, they just want to share it for them. They want to come up before they can help others come up,
Right.
as opposed to coming up together, So I can't say it's a communal thing,
No, for sure.
but I mean, I know individuals that think like that.
No, for sure. In coming into music, did you have like a mentor or somebody looking out for you off bat?
Not necessarily that was in music.
Okay.
No. I mean, I've had people that were in my life for seasons in music and just as great as people that got me to the next point. You know, like a mentor of the moment, I guess,
Yeah.
but never somebody that was just on call for an extensive amount of time or a large part of my life. Other than my mother, like whatever I let her know I wanted to do, she made sure she figured it out so she could be on call to help me with it. But other than that, no, not really.
Okay. That's real.
But I think that's important. I think that's really essential, and I still find myself looking for a mentor. I really do.
I heard that the mentors at this stage find you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But you have to just be open and receptive to know when and who, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay. When you make it, your level of make it, because
Okay.
everybody has a different end goal, right?
Okay.
When you make it, what's the first thing you're going to get from mom?
What I'm going to get from my mother?
Mhm.
I want to take her out the country. She's never been out the country.
Really?
Nah.
Where would you go?
I just want to take her everywhere. For real.
That's real.
Yeah, she never made that trip. So I definitely want to take that trip for her. I mean, you know, she worked hard. She got herself the house she wants. She just got herself a new car she wants. I mean,
Shout
like,
out to mom.
you know, shout out to moms doing it all. So I mean, all that's taken care of on her.
That's
But
real.
yeah, I just want to show her some things. Like I've taken this year to really travel and go places. That's another win for me. I invested in myself even before I invested in these businesses. I invested in myself and just like hit like 5 countries dolo by myself just to go on one-way tickets, and really it showed me that everything I cared about really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to like show that to her.
No, that's real. That's super real. I'm sure mom would be excited if she's listening to this.
Mama the Rapper.
Right? Mama the Rapper is ready to go. It's so funny. I call my mom Mama Dimplez.
Really?
She loves that name. Just loves it. Loves it. She definitely came to come visit me here, and we went to the studio. We went to the tower, Capitol Tower. She's like, "Yeah, Mama Dimplez." I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
she
my
was introducing
God."
herself later. That's cute.
I was like, "This is so embarrassing."
That's cute.
Oh man, but you know what we do for our parents, right?
For sure.
Right. Okay. So in the last few weeks, a couple of rappers have been passing away for drug overdoses.
Okay.
Okay. And there was a huge New York Times article that came out shortly after where it was like, this is a wake up call for hip hop. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, we would have been had that wake up call then.
That's what I said.
We would have been had that wake up call. It's not the first time, you know, sadly, somebody has passed away from a drug overdose. But I do think we as a culture don't acknowledge the process or the journey to destruction.
Yeah.
We only acknowledge it once it's too
Like
late.
the end result.
Like the music, the posts, the conversations, the tone, the whatever. A lot of it is there. A lot of it we watch these entertainers or these people with these platforms rant and go off and do all these crazy interviews and saying all these crazy things, and we're just like, oh, they reported this, they said this, they're crazy. And then when there's no point of return, we act like, where did this come from? What happened? And it's just like, yo, the signs were there. We encourage it. We acknowledge it. Oh, they arrested again. Oh, they did this to that person again.
Right.
Oh, man, let's go buy their album. Oh, man, let's go do this. And then the album come out and they saying they going to do all this crazy stuff. Oh, man, this is fire. Then they do the crazy shit
stuff,
on
and then we're
video. And then it's just like, yo, where this come from?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't acknowledge the journey.
I mean, okay, so in that situation, like, I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. I feel as though we don't pay enough attention to the people who are kind of like making what I call cries for help in their music. But at the same time, we're in this era of age where it's like, we're all adults. At what point am I no longer responsible for you, but only responsible for me? Like, so like the things with the person who they're, you know, like people have been having this discussion about in particular is Lil Peep. Prior to his passing, God forgive my soul, I did not know who he was. 100%.
Right.
But like in going through his Instagram, like a psychologist was like, nah, these are all cries for help. But it's like, if I'm your friend in passing and your outcry is via Instagram, is that my responsibility to know that this is an outcry? Like, how am I supposed to know? You could just be moody, like, because we live in this age where it's like, you curate your feed.
I mean, people are so good at branding pain.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Pain
like
is a brand.
you-
Depression is a brand right now.
Right.
Like it's almost cool to be depressed,
right.
you know? And then when you find out somebody, oh shit, you was really depressed. Like I just thought it was a cool ass Instagram layout. I just thought it was a cool ass song.
Nah, but she was really sad though.
Yeah. I mean, where does the responsibility lie? As a fan or as, you know, somebody in business with this person? I get it. Like, what can be done?
It's tough. It's a very tough conversation, but I feel like it's a conversation that people should just keep having.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of the times, a lot of things happen within our community because it's so taboo to speak on them. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
I like, there's just so much stuff. Like,
Yeah.
this could have all been solved with like a conversation.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, dang, the guy being like, I feel sad today. Cool, you want to talk about it? Like,
Right.
you know, like, this is just one of those things. But
Right.
because it's so taboo to have these mental health conversations or to have business or financial literacy conversations, there's so much stuff that people don't know or don't feel comfortable saying.
But that's what I think is almost happening. These cries for help. These artists are having these conversations. They're just one-sided conversations. You're just putting it in your music and nobody's talking back to you. The whole world is listening to your cry for help.
Yeah.
You're conversing on your side, but nobody's talking back.
Right.
Everybody's listening to you.
So as an artist, what's the best way for like people who listen to your music to respond back to you?
For me, shows.
Yeah.
I think shows are instant gratification. Just to like be feet away from somebody and watching somebody's face and their energy change as they receive everything you're saying. You know, the meet and greets after the show. Real face-to-face interaction.
Okay.
I mean, but even then, I don't think that allows the conversations that these cries for help. You need, you know, but I mean, yeah.
But it's like it's a moment at least.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
No, that's real. What was the one live show that changed your life?
The show that I went to that changed my life.
Either one you went to or one you performed at. You could do both.
Lauryn Hill, Rock the Bells, 2010
I was there.
in DC. I was at the one in DC. I actually talk about that in my song Bitchless. But yeah, so that show changed my life. That was my first time seeing her. It was her first tour coming back in
from
over a
retirement.
decade. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've spent so much money on that show, not even thinking she was about to just keep doing shows forever. But yeah, seeing her perform, even seeing her do a new rendition, like so many people
She changed the rendition
have
of
everything.
Miseducation.
You know,
Yeah.
so many people have negative things to say, like, oh, it's acoustic, oh, it's rock, oh, it's this feel.
Yeah.
But I still think it's emoting energy, it's emoting emotion. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just that much connected to that album because I love it so much. But that show definitely just changed my perspective on a lot of things and just how music should live and how music can stand the test of time.
100%. What was the show that you performed at that changed you?
I would say Webster Hall, the studio in Webster Hall, which is the lower level in New York. What's that, like East Village? Yeah, they
closed all
RIP to
those.
Webster Hall.
They
man.
closed all those locations down.
That show.
They just been hating on hip hop. But go ahead.
Yeah,
What happened with the show?
No, that was just a good ass show. I had just dropped on my project Retro Spectrum, and I was just taken away by how many people knew the words. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, the energy was live that whole night. Yeah,
that's super dope.
to be able to do that in New York City, you know what I'm saying? It felt good.
That's real. Congrats. Even though in hindsight, congrats.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and SOBs.
SOBs is a spot.
SOBs. It was my first headlining show, and I headlined SOBs. We actually recorded and filmed it on the show Sisterhood of Hip Hop I was on. And I would say the thing about that show that was so special was not only that I headlined it, but my team, Ronnie Moore, and my guys, Troy Mitchell, we came together and like from inception, put the show together, like put the bill together, put the band together, put the ticket prices, the door opening, like all of that from a team standpoint. We made that happen. So definitely that show is one for the books.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super, super dope. So you listed some people on your team. How important is it for you to make sure that you maintain that same team as you're moving forward into like the next phase of your career?
For me, everybody just has to be happy in what they're doing.
Yeah.
100%. As long as, everybody wants to be there and I'm providing a space and, a product that's worth supporting and staying down for, that's extremely important to me. Like, my team is my family, you know, and I keep a close family.
I think so often people go into music wanting to do everything in and for themselves or feeling like they own all of it.
Okay.
So, how would I put it? So it'd be like, I managed myself. I directed my own video.
Yeah.
And and not allowing for that input.
Yeah.
Or, or even that community around them to kind of support their craft.
Yeah.
So I think it's very, very dope that you have that team around you.
I do think roles are blurred now these days a lot more than what it used to be. Like, you might have the artist who is also a self-directing, self-managing, but they have the publicist. It's just knowing how to put together the team that best fits you. Like, not everybody's team is going to be the same. Like, okay, even Ronnie, like, he's my manager, but we call it a partnership because there are things I'm going to hit the ground running doing. There are things he going to hit the ground running doing, and we're going to do it together.
Yeah.
I feel like when you fit these titles that have these universal roles, these universal meanings, it's like, it leaves room for somebody to be offended.
Gotcha.
Like, when I hit up somebody or he doesn't, or I do something or he does, it's just like, why would you do that? That's my role. We're just getting shit done together, So yeah, it's all about just having the right people around you with the goal in mind.
No, that's real. That's super real. Yeah. So Sisterhood of Hip Hop.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
I like Sisterhood of Hip Hop. I like the process a lot. I like the girls. I like the whole process. I fuck with it.
What was the shoot schedule like?
Hectic as fuck. It was like 8 months.
Oh, Jesus.
Because honestly, like, we're not actors, we have our real careers happening. So they're fitting around our careers. They're fitting in our careers. Yeah. And we're all in different cities. We're in 4 or 5 major markets. So they're flying to us. Like, they might be with me 1 month in New York, then they're in LA with Saya, then however. But it was a super hectic schedule. I would go to sleep midnight, wake up 6 a.m. with a flight booked for 2 p.m., not even knowing before I went to sleep. Like, it was crazy, but I love it all.
That's dope. It's weird because it's like reality TV tends to get a bad connotation. Because of like the antics on VH1. I feel like Sisterhood of Hip Hop is not like that at all.
Right, 100%. I definitely think it was a platform to kind of counter all the rash activities happening elsewhere.
Yeah.
But this was more like it was really documentary style. And I think so many people gravitated towards this series because it was kind of like how the behind the music used to be and, the world premiere and all those shows where you would just really sit in front of the TV and really get a behind the scenes look at what legitimately was happening in music. And I say legitimately, intentionally, because not a lot of shows are doing that.
Yeah, some of the shows on VH1, they just full out have scripts.
100%.
For their entire season. So all them arguments are scripted.
Nah, I get it. I see how it goes.
Look, I'm not mad at it. It's a check, get your check. But
yeah, they getting coins over there.
Right. But
production, the network is getting coins over there.
Right.
They know what they doing. But it's not for me. So when Sisterhood of Hip Hop reached out, I was definitely like, this is something that I can support and be a part of because I see how y'all are doing it. Y'all are doing it true to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spinoff show?
We working.
Okay.
We working.
That might be an exclusive, guys.
I could say that.
That might be exclusive. No, but that's real. Congrats in advance. Speaking that into your existence.
Claim it.
All right. But yeah, no. So I'm really excited about Sisterhood of Hip Hop. I think it's a great show. I'm excited for what you do next. What's something you want to accomplish within 2018 that you have yet to do?
I want to get into screenwriting.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely want to get deeper into screenwriting. The goal is to screenwrite a piece, a series, episodic series, and score it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be satirical, kind of like Get Out?
Nah, not necessarily. Nah, it's a dark comedy, what I have in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I literally have told nobody this.
This is an extra exclusive.
I literally have told nobody this. But yeah, that's what I'm looking to do.
That's super fire.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for it.
Appreciate it.
We need more of us in every aspect of the arts. I'm so serious.
Yeah,
Like, yes, do it. And let me know. I'm going to be at the premiere.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to show up
Easy.
with my African outfit on.
Do it.
Look.
Do it.
That's real. Okay, so in industry, a big thing that comes with our roles is that we have to stay in shape to some degree. I be working out a bit, but God's still working on me. How much emphasis do you have to spend, like, working out and fitness and health and that kind of thing?
I got to the point where I started doing it for me, and it became a lot easier than when I felt I was doing it to meet a criteria. At the top of the year, I went vegan. I was raw vegan for the first half of the year. Now I'm just regular ass vegan. And
See, I'm vegetarian. So
vegetarian, yeah. Come on, you got one more step to go.
I was vegan, but I got sick.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got really anemic to the point where they wanted to give me a transfusion.
Oh, nah. Okay, yeah,
And I
it's
was like,
definitely a lot of like learning and knowing your body to do it. It's different for everybody. I transitioned to vegan through a holistic doctor that really helped me learn my body and my blood type and all of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, after transitioning to that, like maintaining my body from there on just became a lot easier, and it didn't feel like work.
It's real.
My whole life up until that point, like working out felt like work. Like it was just something I had to do. I had a trainer that told me years ago, like somebody in shape will never be broke.
That's real.
But is it?
A bar. Well, it's kind of.
Is it?
Somebody in shape will never be broke, because if they're in shape, they're doing it for themselves.
I don't know what he meant. Maybe I don't know what he thought, but
I'm trying to figure it out.
he brainwashed me with that shit. He got all my money.
Oh,
Look,
dang.
that trainer got all my money after he said that. But I can honestly, I think about this a lot. I can say the internet and just us being able to choose the content we seek more now with the internet and just
All of
picking our artists, and we're kind of like choosing who's famous now instead of just being handed to it by the powers that be.
100%.
Or whatever. I think now that's kind of changing the image standard because we're kind of seeking content. We're kind of seeking what's relative to us outside of what they look like, outside of this format, outside of you got to be 36, 24, whatever it was, because it ain't that no more.
No, I feel like there's just one of those things where it's like the internet, although it may have its really bad like viral moments, has its very good viral moments where it's like, what was the young girl? She's like 9, was being bullied at school because she was wearing natural hair. Like
She got like a modeling contract or something now, right?
Right. The internet was like, nah, sweetheart, we got you.
Yeah.
And like it turned into this big movement of a thing. And it's like, that's like one of the benefits of us choosing our own.
I look at situations like that. It's like where we bully somebody, where somebody's bullied online because of their image. And then, they go and get a modeling contract. Okay, great. Now you just signed to a whole industry that's going to like judge you for your image. It's appreciation. It's flattering none the least, but you're right.
It's like, no, I get it. But it's like we have to change the overall beauty standards. And that just comes from, I just think about visibility, just like what people see
in front of them.
Exactly. I think it was like, what was the thing that was really controversial last year when people found out that there's dark-skinned people from India? Like, it blew a lot of people's minds.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, because you know what it is? Whenever we get like media or press images or something from like India, everyone's really light-skinned.
Yeah.
Light-skinned, dark hair.
Yeah.
No one realized that like 75% of their population is our shade.
Yeah.
Because you don't see them.
You're right.
Unless you're like from there and you just know. So it's one of those things where it's like, I definitely do believe that there are benefits in us being able to choose the media and the things that we access.
Right.
But, we're going to have to change the visibility on like mainstream stuff for the
100%.
people who don't use the internet.
100%.
So question, Apple Music or Spotify?
Oh, Ronnie, who puts me on their playlist the most?
That's a real question.
Right. That one.
Spotify's move.
Yeah, nah, I got them both on my phone, and I play them both equally actually for their playlist.
Okay.
So I think Spotify has me figured out a little more on, like, you know how it pinpoints and chooses music for you.
Yeah.
I think it has me figured out.
Spotify be
kind of
creeping me out
scary.
because they be knowing.
They know me.
They be knowing.
But I love Apple Music because they have everything.
And you see, it's one of those things. I'm one of those. I refuse to sign up for Apple Music just because I feel like the iPhone already got enough of my life on there. Y'all don't need no more.
That's true.
Y'all don't need no more. All right. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
I don't do sodas.
Orange juice or apple juice?
Orange.
Green tea or coffee?
Oh. I'm kind of a chamomile, kind of a Earl Grey.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Almond or soy milk?
Almond, no soy ever.
Okay. I'm like, I was gonna say regular milk or like, but you're vegan, so no, that wouldn't work. All right. Hip hop or R&B?
Oh shit. Bruh. Hip hop with R&B.
You can't. You gotta either choose. You gotta choose one or the other.
Hip hop.
Really?
Yeah.
Jodeci in a corner crying right now. Just crying that you left them out. Just left them out.
Yeah.
You're like, nah. What's the wildest DM you've ever received?
Oh man. Actually, I kind of got a reply to it right now.
What?
I just got a wild one. Low-key just got a wild one waiting for this interview.
Man.
I don't know. I've gotten a few. Oh, man. Outside from the regular dick pics.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man. It's dick pic season. So
you know what it is? It's cuffing season.
Yeah, it's
so
dick pic season.
They're like 1 in 10 gonna respond.
Yeah.
Shoot the shot.
That's why I fuck with Instagram, because they blur the image. If you're not following them, they blur. They be like, I'm blurring this to protect your safety. And I'm like, thank you, Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, other than those, just crazy, like, sell me your draws. Like,
what?
Yeah. That's a market.
Look, hold on, listen. I got a wild DM last week. We were talking about it. Where someone sent me a DM and was like, yo, what's your mailing address? I want to mail you oysters. They're an aphrodisiac.
What?
Right. It was no hey.
Yo, I'm late.
No, what's up?
I just found out watermelon's an aphrodisiac.
You know mangoes are too.
What? I love a mango.
Mangoes
I don't know
are
about
too.
that, but I really heard. I didn't believe watermelon was, and then I had to look that up, and I was like,
y'all gotta look this up. Mangoes are an aphrodisiac. Look. No, I'm telling you, mangoes are an aphrodisiac. Be very surprised, you know?
Is this like self-research, or is this like on Google?
No, this is like a Google, it's an aphrodisiac. But it was just very random that a random stranger was trying to send me oysters. I mean, it's just
That's funny.
It's the boldness of the shot, though. Because I think, like, in real life, they would never be that bold.
Yeah.
Like, in real life, no one would ever just walk up and show you their penis. That's not gonna...
True.
She's saying true.
It's like a once every 15 months kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you living in certain parts of New York.
I mean, yeah, you be in the train from the Bronx to
on the 6 train late night, it happens.
People just
it really
they
does.
wild over there.
It does.
But outside of New York, does this occur?
Gotta travel more unless you know.
Okay, all right, let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. Has anyone ever adequately shot their shot via DM to you?
You said have they
adequately, like done it, like DM'd you and you like, oh, this is kind of fly.
This is a thing. Nah, I kind of don't take them serious. All the guys I've dated don't even have social media.
That's what I need in my life.
But not even like it's I command that shit. It's not like a criteria you have to meet. It's just like, oh, I meet a guy, and I'm like, are you on social media? They're all like, no, I think I just attract niggas that are like, do they dirt like the old-fashioned way, apparently, because they not on the gram with it.
Look, that's what I need in my life. I met somebody. Let me tell you. So I went to this restaurant. I met this guy who's a chef, and I was like, hey. He's like, hey. He's like, I think you're cute. And I'm like, thank you. And then I'm simplifying this conversation.
Okay.
Because it was not this, but whatever. Anyway, we exchanged phone numbers. He hits me up. Only reason I exchange phone numbers with him because I'm like, normally when I go places, I meet people at music events. They have some sort of idea what I do. So it's never really about like meeting to me.
Okay.
It's normally like, yo, I got a mixtape.
Yeah.
Can you help me with marketing? Whatever. So I'm like, this chef guy, you have no idea what I do.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a chance. Tell me why homie had a mixtape. He was like, hey, do you have Instagram? I was like, yeah. I don't really want to share it though. Like, yeah, no, what's your IG? Like, because we met in real life.
Yeah.
He knows what I look like in real life. Give him my IG. All of a sudden, I got this mixtape. It's out on SoundCloud. Can you take a listen and give me your opinion? Girl.
Dang, he could have just pulled it up in a car on a date or something. Just swap.
Nah.
Damn, I've been bagged some creative ways, though.
Really?
Not online, but they have been like, I remember one time I was at a party and this song came on and this guy next to me was like, yo, this is my ringtone. I'm like, I don't believe you. He's like, yeah, call me, listen. Called him. Bagged.
That's kind of slick, though.
Yeah, that was good.
That was actually kind of slick.
You got me.
That's so funny.
And then this other guy was like asking me where the train was in New York. We were walking down the street and I was like, oh, it's this way. He's like, are you going there? I was like, yeah, you can just follow me. I'm walking that way anyway. So we're talking on the way to the train. And I was like, here it is. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go down to that entrance over there, blah, blah, blah. I work right there. I was like, oh, so you knew? He was like, yeah, but it's a bar over there too we should go to. And like went to the bar, like immediately dated him for like a year.
You know what? But you know, there's a confidence that men in New York have that men in LA do not.
Tell me about it.
There's just something like, the Bronx, Brooklyn men of this world are unparalleled.
Tell me about
Jamaica Queens too. We can throw them in there.
Tell me about it.
Right, because
the whole metropolitan, the tri-state,
New York,
Come on,
Philly,
New York, y'all got
all of it. Yeah. Even Jersey, we can throw you in there too.
Yeah.
No, men out here don't do that.
Nah.
Men out here are very shallow.
They the prize. They think they're the prize in LA.
Which is very sad, because sometimes you gotta humble people. Have you ever had to humble a guy out here?
I mean, if the curve.
What was the worst curve you've ever inflicted? I want to know.
I don't know. I don't think I like hold these moments in my memory bank. It's just life. Like, I just curve and move on. I mean, I don't know, man. I've done some wild shit. I just can't remember.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I hurt feelings. I love it.
But you know what's so funny? I feel like men take it a lot harder when they're curved by us than if they were, like if there was just no interest. Do you know what I mean?
What you mean?
So it's kind of like if you tell a dude like, yo, I'm not interested in you. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. But if you're like, like they shoot their shot and then you shut them down, it's more painful. Like the fact that, look at my effort, the effort I put in. And you just gonna turn me down after I put in this effort to text you? Yeah,
I mean, because at that point, after they put in the effort, you can't curve. Like, it's not a curve there. They're not deserving of the curve. You can't just be out here giving free curves. Like, a nigga has to, deserve the curve. You can't just, curve a cool nigga. You just got, if you're not interested, you can't force that. I've been in situations where I've tried to force interest because the effort was so, genuine, and trying to force the fact that, damn, you just really not for me. And I've prolonged letting that be known, and that's even worse. I think that's where a nigga gets fucked up at, where it's like, okay, damn, I've been putting this effort in for a long time. You could have been told me. And niggas are guilty of that shit too. So, I mean, hey.
But there's this huge double standard where it's like men behave in a certain way and they expect that women won't behave in that way back.
Oh, you mean privilege? Yeah, men got that. I asked this dude the other day. We were talking. He said something like, I believe I believe in gender roles. I believe like men should be the only ones to face danger. And I was like, so you never dealt with an alpha woman or anything? He was like, no. I was like, so what kind of woman you like? He was like, passive. I was like, who says that? Like,
who admits that?
Who says that?
Who openly admits that? I like passive.
Right. Right.
That don't even make no sense. Huh? Nah, it sounds very sad and insecure. Like how unsure of yourself do you have to be for you to openly admit that you need whomever you date to be more submissive or passive?
Right.
Or not you know what I mean? Like not put any effort in. That's wild.
Right.
That's super wild. Well, we're not here for it, so, you know, whatever.
It's quiet.
It's super quiet for them. So I know we were talking about traditions earlier for the holidays, and you said you just keep it intimate with your family.
Yeah.
And I know we had talked about goals for the new year. Mm-hmm. But if there was any advice that you could give to any young girls who want to be in the position that you are, what would that be?
Create your reality. Really create your reality. I feel like the best circumstances comes from limitations. So like every door closed, every no told means that like push through. There's another way around. There's another route. Just look for that, create your reality, claim it, and make it happen. For real.
That's super real. Thank you for coming, girl.
Thank you, Dimplez.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. 5 a.m. in the morning and shit. Done convincing niggas this is where they need to be. Walk outside, tear down the whole street. Money on the line, devil on FaceTime. Sunshine, but he can't blind me. 17 when I told mama that I ain't coming back. Gotta move on, gotta move out, gotta move shit. True shit. When I come through, no one asking who you is. And my new crib, looking at new cribs. Never content. Drive 400, the people on the hill spit. Money well spent, shit ain't been the same since. Nah, we ain't in the same tent. You a has-been, this shit everlasting. Niggas got a thing for the raspy. Love how that ass sit up when them draws come down. Hate chocolate, but he love this brown. On the south side, why you ain't come around? I was on the chat line, why you ain't pressed down? Damn, hello. This shit ain't been the same since.